A lot of people don't really know what speech is. They think it's either that you have a lisp or a stutter, or they think that you just stand at a podium and, say blah, 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 blah. And it's really none of those things at all.
Speech is an activity that is centered around how we as people use words in order to change an audience somehow. That can be through performance, through interpretation events that resemble acting, or public speaking events which are persuasive or informative, or through events that are similar to debate where you discuss political or economic issues with only a certain amount of time to prepare. The goal of all of these events is to persuade an audience to do something, to either learn something new or take an action, or perhaps think of something in a new way. So it's an opportunity for our students to learn to use their voices in order to change the world in the way they want to.
I think speech is so much more than giving a speech just for competition. It's about using your words to give a voice to the voiceless. It's about persuading and informing your judge at the same time about an issue that you feel truly passionate about.
Speech is basically just a way for you to express yourself through works and monologues, and you can even write your own speeches.
So some of the categories, the interp categories, are similar to competitive acting, whereas other events like original oratory are self-created speeches designed to persuade people on a topic that you care deeply about. And then there's another category called extemporaneous speaking, which is where you're given a question 30 minutes ahead of time, and you have 30 minutes to prepare a 7-minute speech to answer the question, which is often political or economic in nature.
Smart, babe.
That's great. I love you.
To me, speech is a competitive form to express yourself and show emotions or parts of you that you may have never had the opportunity to before.
Speech is argumentation, it is advocacy, it is understanding the world around you, and your willingness to commit to learning about everybody in the world. In other words, each culture has something to offer, and whether you're studying it through an extemporaneous speech, having to answer a question, through an original oration, having to construct an argument, or through an interpretation where literature helps to profess that argument through the lives of people you put on stage in front of the world, literally, speech changes the world.
Okay, so how did I get into speech? So I came from a very poor school. I'm from southern West Virginia, very poor, like not that much money. So my teacher started this speech program. I had no idea what it was. I took a broadcasting class as a freshman in high school, and at one tournament at Marshall University, my teacher was like, hey, there's a broadcasting event at this one tournament, you should go. And then I saw what speech was, and I was just astounded at what you could do and like the talent and the things you could advocate for. And so I started doing HI, and my first HI was Barbie and Ken, and it was terrible. But I mean, I stuck around because I just saw the people and the pieces, and I've been doing it for 8 years and I haven't been able to get away.
I actually started doing speech and debate because I had an argumentative 8th grade English teacher who every time I would tell her that she got something wrong and corrected her, she told me, oh, you should do speech and debate in high school. So I did, and I started in debate, found out I was really, really bad at it, and then switched to speech and fell in love and have been doing it ever since.
Okay, so I have to say my favorite event is probably duo, just because you're up on stage, you're with another person, maybe a friend, and you can get really close when you're practicing, and it's just like, it's another outlet, and there's so many more opportunities to just share your message.
My favorite category is dramatic interpretation. While it is nice to be able to participate with another person in duo interpretation, I find dramatic interpretation to be really nice because it's just you up there talking to a group of people and trying to connect to a certain character, meaning that you can, play with emotions and really emote and then be happy again, and be by yourself, and there you get that kind of sense of, being up there and being able to connect with a group of people by yourself, and it's a very self-help journey that made no sense.
The one that I always come back to is extemp, because in all these other events you get a chance to share your voice and they're really important. But in extemp, you really get the chance to share your voice on the issues that you think really matter. Like, you get the chance to literally talk about the world and give solutions to global problems. You don't really get that anywhere else, in high school or in the speech community. So that's why I think it's the most important.
My favorite part of speech is the women.
Just kidding. But I really like just waking up early in the morning and just going to like a school and just seeing a ton of other kids dressed up really nicely. And Susan is just, it's a kind of community and it's very accepting and everyone's just really nice to each other and you get to see so many great performances.
For me, the best part is you get to connect with a lot of people from other schools that you wouldn't necessarily get to meet. And just the sheer amount of passion that you see in every student. It's a group of people that love to perform and want to spread their voice with other people. And so being in a community that allows you to do that and supports each other is by far one of the best experiences that I've gotten in high school.
It was the opportunity for me to do arts in a competitive way. I have been a tennis player my whole life, and so I love competition and I love being involved and like winning and losing and all the grind that comes with that. And speech is an opportunity to do theater, to do acting, and to do public speaking in a very competitive, very kind of academic setting.
Aside from the community, which is like amazing, the kind of people you meet, I think there's definitely an academic aspect. Like being able to research these type of people and like topics and characters and things like that. Academic work like that, aside from just assigned schoolwork, has helped me grow exponentially as a person and as a student, especially because being able to have the creative freedom to research the kind of things I wanted has helped me grow so much and learn so much.
The moment when they call your name right before they announce that you got first might be one of my favorite feelings in the entire world.
So my freshman year, when I entered speech, I was a hockey player and really didn't have much of an ability to focus on academics or anything like that. Through speech, I found the lens that led me to prioritize academics, prioritize focusing on my schoolwork, and now instead of trying to go to a bad college and play low-level college hockey, I should be able to go to some of the most prestigious universities in the United States, all because debate changed the way that I viewed my studies and my schoolwork.
Speech has changed me by making me a more confident and outgoing and exciting person, while also still giving me a home that I can come to every single weekend.
When you join speech, it's not going to be the easiest thing. It's different because it's not something that we normally do, and it's hard to be a really good communicator. But by sticking with it and just keep trying, not everything will work, but some things are going to work really well. So keep up that level of effort and you'll become someone that can do incredibly well, not only on your local circuit, but travel nationally. You can set up your shot for college and literally what you could do for the rest of your life. So if that's not a good reason to join speech, then there probably really isn't.
If you're thinking about doing speech, the automatic answer is yes.
I were to say one thing to somebody thinking about doing speech, I would say do it.
Do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. It's fine. It's
Just
really fun.
Do it!
Yeah. I do humor and duo. 'Cause I'm not an overachiever.